Speaking of the AFC, it's loaded, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if y'all know it is stacked and ready to go. But actually, before I do this, we have to stay in the NFC real quick. Our guy, Mr. Anthony Handy, Zag Niv Productions, is running a little promotion right now, and hey, you're gonna want to check this thing out. And so before we get into this segment, I'm gonna go ahead and play my guy, and yeah, take a listen.
Zagnif Productions,
in association with Zagnif Apparel,
gives you the opportunity to win free athletic gear. And here's how you do it. Visit the Zagnif Apparel Design Shop at Etsy.com. Purchase any piece of apparel that will automatically qualify you for the August 7th drawing for free apparel. Each purchase counts as one entry. No limit on the number of entries allowed. At least one lucky winner will win one free outfit. That's right, one free top, one free bottom. Note, the embroidered bomber jackets will not be regarded as prizes for this sweepstakes. July 30th is the last day to enter. So get to the Zagnif Apparel Design Shop at Etsy.com today for your chance to win free athletic gear, courtesy of Zagnif Apparel.
in conjunction with Zagnif Productions, LLC.
Yeah, buddy. So definitely get at my guy, Mr. Anthony Handy, aka Mr. Fingers. He definitely has that thing locked in. Hey, you can win that free outfit, man. Check it out. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. But no, let's get on into it. I'm gonna let you go first. And hey, this is the conference with your way too early AFC playoff team. Sid, how do you think it's gonna shape out at the end of 2022?
This is so hard to predict, especially this early. The AFC is just so stacked. Like, it's like you got, I mean, legit 3 playoff contenders in 3 of the 4 conferences, and only a handful of them can make the playoffs. So my personal predictions as of right now, I mean, obviously you see the Steelers jersey behind me, so I'm going to put them in. But I have the Bills, the Colts, because I think the Colts win the South, the Chargers. I have the Steelers and Ravens both making it from the North. And then I have the Broncos making it, and I have the Patriots making it. Now, notice I leave out some stacked teams.
Yeah.
So this is where it's hard. I leave out the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, the Dolphins with everything they've done, the Raiders with their big moves, the Bengals with their moves. I didn't get them in there. The Titans, who were the number 1 seed last year.
Right.
But I mean, those are 5 teams. I can only take out 3. Even if I'm like completely off, even I can only take out 3 of teams, but those are 5 teams that could all make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So there's, I mean, plus the 3 that I listed, that's 8 teams fighting for a wild card spot. That is just going to be brutal in the AFC.
Yeah.
Just brutal.
It's going to come down to that last week. It absolutely is, and that's going to be crazy. Mine doesn't really differ from yours that much, except for the Pats. I got Buffalo. And I'm shouting out Bobby. I've been following. He's been sending me all this Miami stuff. And Tyreek seems to be on board. Miami's sneaking in there. That's my desire. Make the crazy. I'm going with it. I agree with your North. I think y'all in Baltimore are on a collision course, potentially meet in the playoffs or something's going down. I have the Titans and I have the Colts. I think, like you, I think the Chiefs aren't going to make it. I think the Raiders maybe are a year or 2 ahead, and I think the Broncos. It's going to take. They're going to have some glimmers of hope out there with Russell, but I think it's going to take at least a year to get really in the groove. Chargers is my pick from there. So I'm definitely leaving out some teams that I'm just like, ooh, like Cincinnati. I'm just the Patriots, who I think Mac might have a little sophomore, slump, maybe not a little bit, but that's where I'm looking. But still, it's up in the air. My number ones obviously are Buffalo. I feel they are the one that's built to get as far as they need to. And look, it's up to them now. They got to get it to the championship because both of the teams that they played, they would have played, like you got the Bengals and then who they play, the Chiefs. Both of them are out for me. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be tough. Like the only reason I have the Patriots in is I don't put them in there because of Mac. I put it in there because of Belichick. I think he can win them enough games to make a wild card spot. I don't think Mac Jones is a better quarterback than the team's quarterbacks I left off. I just think he's in a better situation. So that's the only reason I have them in there. Other than, I mean, Miami has a new coach. So I think that might take a minute.
True.
The Broncos have a new coach. I don't know. It's going to be so hard. There's so many moving pieces, so many new players, teams. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, the reason I left the Bengals off, I just think they have a Super Bowl hangover. I think they are very overhyped because of how they ended the season. I mean, they went 10-7. It's not like they were an amazing team, 13-4, just steamrolling teams. Like, so I think a lot of people are really, really high on them. They're not a bad team. I'm not knocking them. Like they're going to compete. I just think if there are a lot of young guys and if they all believe the hype in their head that they're as good as everybody's saying they are, that it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're not built. They've never experienced success like this. So in the NFL, I don't know how they're going to handle it. I like more of the newer team. I mean, I think Justin Herbert and the Chargers are really good. Their addition of Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson on defense is, I think, massive.
Oh, yeah.
So I like them a lot to make it. The Chiefs just lose. When you pay your quarterback $500 million, you eventually lose pieces. And so I think the loss of Tyreek is massive. Now they're trying to spin it and say Marquez Valdez-Scantling is having a great camp and Sky Moore, their receiver, is having a great camp. So they're going to fill in there and still compete. And I mean, I'm never going to count out Mahomes. Like, I think he's going to absolutely compete. The AFC is just so stacked. I can see it in the playoffs. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fun season for the AFC. It's going to be a bunch of fights and knockdown, drag out games that it's just going to be so fun to watch for sure going forward.
Oh, I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait. And it's funny because, I'm Washington, but I'm sitting here watching the AFC just like, what's happening? What's happening? Especially with how it ended last year with, now we got the new playoff overtime rule. And like you said, to your point about the Bengals barely got past Tennessee. You know what I mean? They struggled. They were down, 21-3 at halftime in the championship and then, kind of clawed their way back. But, that was a great year. It was a great situation. But like you said, back to reality. Now let's see what they can do in a very tough division. You know what I mean? With two teams that are getting back healthy. Yeah, go ahead.
I would say, I mean, even the Browns are, going to compete. Like, they have a solid defense and solid run game. Now, they might not have a quarterback for half the season or a season, so that makes them, I think, a little less irrelevant. But, I mean, nobody's counting the Steelers in that division. Nobody's giving us a chance. But Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season. We're built around a run game and a defense, and we have that already. So it's not like just because we don't have Ben anymore, we're not going to be competitive. I mean, that's how we've been the last 5 years anyway. So the fact that people just count us out is, I mean, it's going to be fun to watch that. It's, but I mean, the AFC North always are boxing matches when they play each other. So all four teams are going to compete 100%. All four teams are going to compete. There's not like a washover team for sure. And then, I mean, even like the AFC South, like the Jags are going to try and, I mean, they made a lot of offseason moves. They're going to make it hard in their division for the Colts and the Titans.
Man,
and
let's not sleep on the Jets either. I think we both agree the Jets are gonna jump up with everything they've been doing.
For sure, it's just wild how stacked the AFC. I mean, you could take half the teams in the AFC, drop in the NFC, and they all make the playoffs. In my opinion, it's just it's just wild how stacked they. I mean, the whole AFC West division, like all 4 of them, you could go sprinkle them in all the other divisions in the NFC, and I think they all could win a division spot. Like, and it's all 4 teams. So, I mean, same with AFC East. The AFC East is the Bills, the Patriots, the Dolphins, and there's just like you said, the Jets. It's just wild how top to bottom almost every division is stacked. I think like the Texans are probably like the only team that's bad in the AFC, but I bet you they win 6 games. Like,
shout out to David Mills, man.
Right?
You know what I mean? He had a great season last year for a team that, nobody expected to do anything.
100%. A lot of analysts say that he had the best season of all the rookie QBs. Like, I mean, he had a lot less to work with than a lot of the other guys too, but nobody expected him to do anything. I mean, he's still their starter. They didn't go get a new quarterback. They like what he did. So yeah, if you look at his numbers and watch his games, he actually didn't play bad. I thought he was pretty impressive watching him. So it's, the whole AFC is just, it's
brutal,
wild
gauntlet. It is a gauntlet. Yeah. So Anthony said they could pay worry about. Yeah, I'll take just the mill. Let's start there. And Ash said they came off being so close, talking about the Bengals. They're going to be hungry, and their coach is no bum either. Hey, we're going to see. But they're going to be dealing with a whole lot of healthy teams, and health was definitely an issue in the AFC North a year ago.
Yeah.
So we're going to see. I'm excited about that. He said Mahomes is going to make it.
Oh, he was talking about Chiefs. She was talking about Chiefs.
The Chiefs, yeah. I can dig it. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we that's kind of where we stand right now, but let's put out this disclaimer. It is July. Okay. You know what I mean? We understand. We don't even know who's going to be on which team, who's going to get cut, potentially, hopefully not, but potentially injured. We are just putting this out here just to see what we think and kind of how we think it's going to play out. Any number of these teams could kind of fall off or, show up, or who knows? We'll have maybe the Jaguars be out there, man. Hey, dark horse, Chargers, Jaguars championship, baby.
That'd be wild.
That'd be crazy. I can't believe that.
Thanks for watching. If you liked that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.